Midnight has already been and gone, and that's the time the buses stop. The rain turns the roads into molten tar, slick and shining under the street lamps. Oily puddles refract ripped up rainbows, pin-punctured by the rain. I swear we end up drenched every time we go to town. It's worse when it's cold, the wind biting our fingers and noses as we snuffle and shuffle closer together, trying to stay out of its way. It's better in the summer. It still rains, it always rains, but the rain isn't ice and needles like it is in winter. It's sticky and warm, and it sits on your skin, making you want to peel it off in a layer, like spunk or PVA glue. We've been into the city centre, same as every other Saturday. A warehouse lit with blue neon wires, curling up the walls and over the ceiling like the forest from Sleeping Beauty. Looping bass lines and bleeping, skittering rhythms that ate into us like an infection. Amphetamine pulses and piss-sweet beer in pint glasses made from plastic. Until 2 AM when it was all over and we couldn't get home. No cash for a cab, no trains, no buses. So we're slinking from place to place, toying with the idea of stealing a car, bickering between ourselves, then counting our coins to see if we've got enough change for chips. Same as every other Saturday. My sister Ella's got the straps of her shoes hooked over her hands. Her arms are hooked around my neck and her legs around my hips. Every Saturday she takes her shoes off when it's time to go home. She gives me panic attacks about broken glass, still smouldering cigarette ends and syringes. A&E on a Saturday night. Injections, anaesthetic and stitches. She doesn't listen when I tell her to put them back on. Ella won't let anyone tell her what to do. Not even me, especially not me. But before long the others get bored of us arguing, tell us both to button it. To keep the peace, I give her a piggyback. She tugs at my wet hair like a toddler testing its reins. The taxi rank sits next to the station. There's no trains until morning, but its glass shell is still gleaming and alive with light. Ella ambles off, bare feet getting grubby on the creamy, cold, tiled floor. The others are round the back, casing out the car park. Sooner or later, they always come back. We've lived on the same estate all our lives. We never lose each other. We transmit ourselves back to base, like an encoded satellite signal. Ella's the first to find me, with a tray of hot chips and 2 tins of pop. She'd given the bloke behind the counter a sob story, told him she'd had a purse stolen. He'd laughed and offered to phone the police. They're always on patrol this time of night. Fluorescent jackets beetling between bus stops, static fizzing from walkie-talkies. There's always piss scuffles, wallets being stolen, shrieking banshees with fake hair having showdowns with each other. Manchester's robbed with malice and magic every night, but it's at its most extreme at weekend. When he suggested the police, she'd shaken her head, given him an excuse and a panther girl grin. He'd rolled his eyes and scooped her chips into a polystyrene tray. We wolf them down while we wait, loitering at the edge of the taxi rank, watching the ones in the queue. We act like we're not listening to their conversations, but that's only pretend, a front while we suss out who's there and where they're headed, just in case anyone else is going our way. They're drunk, brave, boisterous, fizzing with the nights that they've had, but there's no need to ask where they're going to know that they're no use to us. It's odds on we'd recognise anyone who was. But it kills time, our undercover surveillance. No one moves you on when you're waiting for a cab, even when you've no intention of taking one, or any money even if you did. They all hate our estate anyway. Too many council diamonds, they say. Wrecks my tyres. I have to hire this cab, you know. I have to pay for the upkeep on it. Going round your way isn't worth the risk. Council diamonds is what we call the crystal crumbs of shattered glass from bus stops or broken car windows. They sit and glitter on the streets in lazy blue-white pyramids. Our chips all gone, we mooch back through the station and around the other side. Ella clambers on my back again, clings on like a monkey past derelict buildings, scrabbling at an inky sky. They loom like the skeletons of shipwrecks. In the car park, the others are waiting for us, feet up on the dashboard of a hot-wired turquoise Mazda. They've got the headlamps beaming and the radio on already, thundering drums and electric guitars like lightning. Ella's sound asleep in no time, slouched out with her face against the glass and her bare feet in my lap. We peel out of the city and onto the motorway, same as every other Saturday. Thank you.